What's so great about living in Bozeman anyways? Well, stay tuned to the end because in this video, I'm going to talk about my 6 favorite things about living right here in Bozeman, Montana. My first favorite thing about living in Bozeman is the downtown area. We have a really historic downtown that is full of historic buildings, mom and pop shops. It's really walkable and just a great place to hang out. There's some really good parks down there, and all throughout the year, they're shutting down Main Street and having all sorts of events. So we have music on Main, we have art walks, we have the Christmas stroll, which is one of my favorite events. And it's just an awesome place to go hang out and shop local stores. It's not gonna be full of, big box corporate stores. It's all little mom and pop shops. There's jewelry stores, there's banks, there's restaurants, there's hotels now. It's just an awesome place to go and walk and do window shopping, do actual shopping, and just to meet new people, and even just people watching is a great time downtown. You're never gonna run out of things to do in downtown Bozeman. The next great thing I love about Bozeman is the schools. Now, do your own research. I can't really advise you one way or another or steer you to a different school district over another one, but spoiler alert, they're all good. The kids here are getting a good quality education. We have great teacher to student ratios. We have an amazing school district here. And it's not just in Bozeman, it's Belgrade, it's Manhattan, it's Montfortin School District. All of them have great schools. So if you live in Bozeman and you have kids, rest assured that they're gonna get a quality education. They also just built a new high school in Bozeman called Gallatin High, and this thing is awesome. It's amazing, really. The shop in there is incredible. It's nice and bright and open, and it's just a great place to learn. It makes my high school look like a dump, to be honest with you, and it was a pretty nice high school when I went there. So it's an amazing high school. They also just poured a bunch of money into the old high school to bring it up to on par with the new one. And it's just an amazing atmosphere that we have these great schools for people to learn in. We have great teachers and a great program all around. We also have Montana State University, which is a great college. That's where I went to school at, and they have a wide offering of degrees that you can get. It's just a great college. But we also have Gallatin College, which is, has different offerings. There's something for everybody here, and it's just a great place to live, to get your education, and to make sure your kids are getting educated as well. My third favorite thing about living in Bozeman is all of the outdoor activities. I don't care if you like winter or summer better, it doesn't matter. There's something to do year round. I mean, we have everything. If you can think of it, it's here. I mean, world-class fishing, rock climbing, hiking, mountain biking, dirt bike riding, camping, like the list goes on. I mean, anything you want to do here. We have boating, we have all of those things. And the best thing about all these outdoor activities is that it's close to town. We have some of the best skiing in the country, and it's 16 miles from downtown. I mean, are you kidding me? I know there's other areas of the country that have, a similar amount of outdoor activities that we do, but you have to drive an hour. You have to really travel to get into the mountains and out of the city. Here, everything's so close. We're surrounded by mountains in Bozeman. So if you want to go hike, 15, 20 minutes, you're at the trail. If you want to go skiing, it's under a half an hour. If you want to go all the way down to Big Sky, I mean, that's still only an hour. So no matter what you want to do, it's nearby. We can have quality boating within an hour of town. We have everything here that you need is right at your fingertips. I know people that go out hiking on their lunch breaks. They go do a couple mile hike and they're back and at the office before their lunch break is up. And if you want to get outside of Bozeman, that leads us to my fourth favorite thing, which is Bozeman is accessible. We have the Bozeman International Airport, which is the largest airport in Montana. It's actually one of the 100 largest airports in the country, and it makes it really accessible to the rest of the world. So we have over 25 direct flights in and out of Bozeman. We have like 9 different airlines servicing here. We just built a big expansion on our airport, which increased our flight capacity. Southwest Airlines just started flying here. So if you're looking to go to East Coast, West Coast, no matter where you're going, anywhere in between, it's going to make flights more affordable. It's going to make it to where you have less layovers, and it's just going to be an overall better experience. And this wasn't always the case. I remember when I first moved to Bozeman from Billings in 2007, I would oftentimes, if I was going to fly somewhere, we would drive to Salt Lake or we would drive to Billings, and it was just a lot cheaper to do it that way. That's not the case anymore. Now Bozeman is the biggest airport in the state. It has been for a little while now, and it makes it just a better connected city. So if you're looking to fly somewhere, we have that. But also, we sit right on I-90. So I-90 goes from coast to coast. I mean, if you're looking to go to Seattle or New York, you hop on the interstate. It's also easy to connect to I-15 going north and south. It's a really great centrally located place to where you can get anywhere else fairly easily. Having I-90 here too also connects all the little cities, like so Manhattan and Belgrade. You hop on I-90, you're in Bozeman in 15 minutes. So it makes it a really connected city, and it's a great place to live because of how accessible it is here. All right, my fifth favorite thing about living in Bozeman is that there's little to no traffic here. And I know there's people watching this that live here that are gonna be very passionately disagreeing with me on this one. And that's because they aren't comparing it to anything that's real. I mean, if you compare it to an empty field, sure, we have traffic. But the reality is that you can get anywhere in Bozeman in 15 minutes, maybe 20. I mean, it's an easy place to get around. You're not going to be sitting in traffic. You might hit a stoplight or two, and that's just normal, and that's going to be anywhere you go. But it's not like LA. It's not like New York. You're not going to be stuck in traffic. Every once in a while, there's road construction. I think that's an exception. But you're more likely to get stuck, behind a tractor or behind, like a herd of cattle than you are to get stuck in traffic for a decent amount of time. There are some train crossings in Belgrade that can back up traffic a little bit, but that's a couple times a day, and then, it moves on in 5 minutes. If you're traveling right at rush hour, so like 8 a.m. dropping off the kids at school, or 5 o'clock, 5:30 as everybody gets out of work, it slows you down maybe 5 minutes, but still you can get anywhere in town in 20 minutes that way. So, traffic continues to move through, and you're not just going to be sitting there hitting your head on the steering wheel. We don't have traffic here. All right, this leads me on to my sixth and final thing that I love about Bozeman, and this list could go on and on and on, but I picked my top 6, and this is the slower pace of life here. There's still a small town mentality in Bozeman. We're growing like crazy. We just passed over 50,000 people living here, but it still feels like a small town. It still has that charm to it. With the downtown and with how close the mountains are, it still has that small town vibe to it. There's still a lot of mom and pop shops, and just the way that Bozeman is people aren't in a rush. Neighbors still help neighbors. People here are nice. It's not just rush, 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 rush. It's not that big city feel. You walk downtown and there's going to be a guy playing his guitar on the sidewalk. You just have that mentality here. You go to the park and you can sit under a tree and relax, and it's just not that rush of a big city. That's my 6 favorite things about living in Bozeman. This list could honestly go on and on. If you want to learn more about the area or about real estate or living in Montana or Bozeman, check out these videos over here. And make sure to click subscribe. We have a lot more videos coming your way that you're not going to want to miss. Click that bell too so you get notified when they hit. And I'm Kyler Harris, and I'll catch you on the next one.